the Honourable Darren Hughes.
Thank you, sir. He inherited a department in great shape. Sir, my question is to the Minister of Education, and it asks her, does she believe NCEA is a world-class qualification system for young New Zealanders? If so, why?
The Honourable Anne Tully.
Mr Speaker, can I take this opportunity to congratulate the member? It's my first opportunity on his portfolio. I think it's the third spokesman I've had so far, but look, it's a fantastic portfolio, so welcome. In answer to the question, yes, I do. Despite quite a controversial start to life, it's proven to work for the vast majority of New Zealand secondary schools and their students.
The Honourable Darren Hughes.
Speaker, why does she not think NCEA should be compulsory for secondary school students?
The Honourable Anne Tully.
Mr Speaker, I'm not quite sure if the member fully understands the concept of tomorrow's schools, which gives schools the flexibility to reflect the needs of their communities. And Auckland Grammar has consulted with their community, and the board is doing what it thinks is best for its current and future pupils.
The Honourable Darren Hughes.
Why did she acquiesce to Auckland Grammar, saying their move to relegate NCEA was way ahead, but threatens parents on boards of trustees with dismissal who have evidence-based opposition to her national standards policy?
The Honourable Anne Tully.
Mr Speaker, what that member fails to understand is that it isn't an option. It isn't an option for children to learn to read and write and do maths at primary school. If they haven't got that, they have no ability whatsoever to participate in any form of secondary qualifications. So, as I say, it is important under tomorrow's schools that schools have the ability to reflect the needs of their community. Auckland Grammar is offering NCEA as well as some other forms of qualifications that their community thinks is appropriate, and what's more, those students are achieving. So what I said was, where's the harm?
Supplementary question, the Honourable Darren Hughes.
Why doesn't she make national standards optional then, like she's prepared to allow NCEA to be optional?
The Honourable Anne Tully.
Mr Speaker, I just thought I answered that question. It is actually not an option. It's clear the member doesn't understand. It is not an option for young children at primary school to learn to read and write and do maths. When did that become an option other than under a Labour government? This government is determined to ensure that that happens so that we don't have one child in 5 leaving school unable to read and write and do maths anywhere near where they need to succeed.
Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, that was a quite a long answer, but not one to the question was asked. The question was about options for boards to use assessment systems, not whether kids are taught reading and writing at school.
Well, I believe the Minister did answer, as I heard the question. I think she did answer that question. The Minister argued simply that it is not an option for students to whether or not they learn to read and write. Now, that was the Minister's answer to why it was not an optional thing.
For the point of order, Mr Speaker, the question wasn't about an assessment system, because that's not what national standards is.
We're not going to have an argument by way of point of order. The member does have, I think, a further supplementary... He doesn't? I beg your pardon. That does bring...
Mr Speaker.
Te Raro Flavel.
Thank you very much.
Who does have one, indeed.
Mr Speaker, to the Minister, how is the NCEA system working for young Māori, and what place do iwi have in shaping the qualifications for young Māori?
The Honourable Anne Tully.
Mr Speaker, not nearly well enough when nearly 50%, half of all Māori students, leave school without gaining NCEA level 2. And what we're doing is working hard to make sure that we address that issue specifically rather than just hope that they improve as under the previous Labour government, with, I have to say, tremendous support from my Associate Minister, the Honourable Dr Peter Sharple. So we've introduced national standards and now whanakitanga rūmāki Māori in order to pick up struggling students and make sure that they learn to read and write and do maths before it's too late. We are introducing the Youth Guarantee, as I talked before, targeting areas with high numbers of young Māori students who are dropping out of school without a qualification. I think in the House last week I read out a long list of the initiatives that we're putting into place to address Māori underachievement. But I want to say also to the House, we have 43 agreements. The Ministry of Education has 43 agreements with iwi, and we are working constructively together to make the changes that are needed and have been needed for so long for Māori students.
That brings to a close questions for oral answer.